This is Balaji. This is Goddess Talk. I am feeling better. Thank you all for who have commented in my stories or otherwise. I appreciate you. Hey, Faith. Hey. Make sure you stay on today. Hey, Keishan. How you guys doing? Let me know if I sound nasally. Do I sound nasally?
Nah.
No. Okay. I've been working on this, man. Let me tell you, I've been drinking all my teas, all my herbs. The good herbs.
That green tea and the natural honey.
This is elderberry tea.
Oh,
Child, I had to brew that one. I got allspice, elderberry, burdock root, all that. I had to get this.
But do you have the loose leaf? Because that's a game changer.
No, I have the roots. So I literally have a little thing that I pour all the roots and leaves and everything into, and I put it in the water. I brew it for about 15 minutes, and I put my agave, some lime juice in there. Look,
I just came up from the bag. I'm like, oh, this loose leaf.
No, I just had to order some
roots.
No, I had to roots. Let me tell you, I had to take it back to the roots. Hey y'all, so I'm doing a giveaway tonight. A couple giveaways. If y'all will participate, you can win something, and I will send it to you. So this is my guest, Miss Jasmine Butler.
Hello.
What's up, Jasmine?
How's it going?
We are chilling. Once we get back on the website, we'll reintroduce ourselves. But for now, this is just us chilling. It's just, they're going to get to see you. It's all about you today. I don't need to be on here. No, we still have the other one for the regular website, but this is my live show.
Okay.
Hey, must be just for me. Hey, what's up? How are you? I don't know if I've ever seen you on my show before, but what's up? How you doing?
Hey, girl. Hey.
Peace. All right, so I've been running around a lot recently.
I'm following you.
Yeah, you can put it on. When we get on, we'll really need it, but right now I'm just getting myself together. I've been running around like nobody's business, and I've been doing a lot of different promotions. And so one thing that I have recently started doing is my Afro box and Afro bag. So in order for y'all to win, hey, that's my homie right there. What's up, Lionel? My first giveaway, if somebody can guess my favorite number, I'll send them one of the contents in this box.
It's probably some type of in touch, in tune, like
you know it
number,
or it could be something.
Stars aligned.
It depends, because I don't think people will get it right away, unless you know me. But even those who know me still don't know it. I don't think so. But tonight we're going to be discussing financial planning and money.
Yes.
I can't hit that note today because my throat's a little messed up. Money. Okay, it's coming back. All right, so you are a financial advisor.
I am.
By trade. And but we're gonna talk about your upbringing and just what brought you to this once we get on. But for the most part, let people know a little bit about your background in the financial world.
Yeah, so I'm Jasmine Butler, like she mentioned, financial advisor. Been in the industry now 4 years of purely just financial advising. And so my background was business, working with business from all different backgrounds, from doctor's offices to plumbing, everywhere in between, helping them with HR, taxes, resources for the business, and making sure they have retirement plans for the business. So very, very like vast background. Yeah. And so that's kind of what led me here. But I'm originally from Jersey, so shout out.
I just want to let y'all know that part. It's a Jersey girl thing, you know. But you know. But I left when I was like 10, so I'll give a shout out. Look. You didn't have to retract your Jersey shout out right there. You did not have to do that.
Look, I go back and visit though.
Okay, you was just there a couple months ago, right?
I was.
Okay, I'm just saying. Shoot.
I was.
What part of Jersey?
Teaneck.
Okay, she's up north, central-ish. Well, actually, that's by Fairleigh Dickinson, right?
Yes.
See,
okay.
You talking to the? I
the
know
real Jersey.
I know that part. Shout out to a couple of my friends or cousins actually graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson, so FDU, that's how they go by. But what's up? Hey, my girl Tim just tuned in. Hey, mama. Shout out to you at Duke's Wings. I got a lot of friends and family who own different businesses. That's crazy to me because before, us as a people, you're just like, oh, who does this, who does that? Now I can really relate to a lot of people doing different things. So my thing is for financial advising for business owners, what would be your advice when you go into business? What would that be?
Oh, where do you want me to start? So that was actually a large part of why I transitioned to the industry, because working with so many business owners and successful business owners, and I guess that's all relative, right? What is success?
Yeah.
It's different from one person to the next.
Some people just making enough money to send the kids to college.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Making their ends meet, but on their own time.
Yeah.
Or, is it excelling and having multiple locations, however many employees, but I'm going to say successful via revenue.
Yeah. Look,
so,
I need that residual money.
Yes.
Through. Okay,
Successful, been around.
Hey, Coach Vita.
10 years. Okay, hey everyone.
Look,
welcome.
My personal trainer just tuned in. Look, I couldn't make it yesterday. I told you I had the flu. My voice is still messed up, but I'm here, okay? So,
but she just left a restaurant.
Who? What restaurant? Who did? No, I shouted out my cousin who owns a restaurant. I didn't go to a restaurant.
I was like, I thought
I had been in hibernation.
Child, I'm just snitching.
I just really started eating real salads today. How you gonna snitch on me? On my show? Jasmine, that's how we doing
today. Got a lot
today?
of audacity, so.
Child, she done reneged on Jersey like a couple seconds ago. I grew up in Jersey till like 10. Okay,
yeah.
Come on.
Then Orlando.
All right, so business owners need to understand what? When you go into business, what should your mindset really be about other than just making money? What should it be about long term?
Beginning with the end in mind.
Yeah.
I think, first and foremost, shout out to business owners because it takes a lot of heart, discipline. I think people, especially in the era we're in now, people are obsessed with like the end goal. Like, oh, it was cool when, you sleep. I might hear the story. You sleeping in your car, and now look at where they are. I mean, but people forget that whole in-between era, which can take several years. This isn't talking about a couple months. Yes. Yeah. It's years in the making and all these ebbs and flows. And so I think it's tough because you're trying to just figure out how it's your baby. Yeah. So you're investing everything in your baby. But there's a point in time where you have to recognize that shift of how do I create value outside of my business? And that's a concept that a lot of people don't think about. And so whether you decide, hey, down the line, I'm going to sell my business. Is it going to go to somebody in my family?
That is a question.
Or are you the business? Meaning, can somebody even take over for what you do?
We won't get into that because Lord knows.
Yeah.
Personally, it's been a situation being a business owner. Like, I started my company in 2013. And so come September, it's going to be 7 years. But that's my first company. The company most people know me for is Afro Organics. That started is going to be 4 years come May, right? Okay. And then Goddess Talk is just barely a year. It's going to be a year. But I have other entities that I started as well in between all that. And people don't understand the kind of energy it takes to run just one, let alone others, or to collaborate with other people. And so sometimes your passion shifts and people question if you still have, I guess, the drive to still hold on to certain things. And what you just said, am I the business? Do I feel like I can give it to other people? And it's like micromanaging has never been my thing. And
you really can't grow micromanaging.
You can't.
You only have a finite amount of time.
Exactly.
And you can't spend your time just constantly.
And I want people to be able to, want to take it, not say take it over, but want to, invest. But I understand. And I always see these posts about, people saying, business owners expect X, Y, Z, but they don't give you this amount. But employees expect so much from us as well, and they don't give that same effort. So when I see posts like that, I'm like, man, bump y'all. Y'all don't even know the other side of things because you don't know how we don't eat in order to make sure y'all eat sometimes.
And I think that's the part that a lot of people miss out depending on, when you look at your employer, you're not thinking about what their begin mode was. You don't. Right? All the
you just
years
think that they got money.
Correct. You might think, okay, yeah, they're successful now, but how many years and late nights, early mornings did it take to get to that point in time? They earned that right to only pop in every now and then and say, hey, sometimes. Some people think like, oh, I'm doing all the work, but if you really knew what went into
Yeah,
it.
because like right now, I just got an email within the past couple of days about workers' comp. In Jersey, you're either an employee or you're a contract. I know here in Florida, they consider most people contractors down here.
And that depends.
Exactly, but up north, they want you just really to have employees.
Yeah.
You know? And so, workers' comp is a cost for an employer.
Yeah, it
right?
can get expensive.
You talk about insurance. You know, I offered insurance at one point, but some of my employers weren't taking it because, oh, my husband has this or this has this, and it's like, okay, well, if we're not having enough buy-in, I can't keep having this expense, right? But now somebody needs it. I don't have it anymore. But it's like, well, I want it. I don't have it anymore. You know, mileage is another thing. Like, people don't know what the outside employer taxes, you know, all these taxes. Hey, y'all, this is Balaji for Goddess Talk. We are on with Jasmine Butler. How you doing today, Jasmine?
Hey. Good.
If you're just tuning in, I got my live going on Instagram and Facebook right now. But if you're just tuning in, we've just been talking a little bit about business ownership and, you know, finances. But Jasmine, go ahead and introduce yourself to those who are just tuning in.
Hey everyone, Jasmine Butler here, a financial advisor, and so I'm just here to drop some gems and some knowledge today.
Gems,
especially Black History Month. So, you know, we got to get our coins together.
Gem babe.
Some salt on it.
Some salt, look, some sugar. We sweet over here.
You're right.
I am not sugar. Well, I am sugar.
So I'm happy to be here and join you guys and just making sure if you guys have any questions throughout. But you know, we're gonna be covering a couple different topics, like you said, from business to personal. And just some key takeaways of how to get your finances together for 2020 and hopefully plant some seeds of things. If you hadn't had a chance to think about it, you know, what do you need to start doing to get yourself aligned to have financial success moving forward?
So as someone who's in financial advising or just in that financial world, when should parents really start introducing their children to finances? Because I feel like a lot of us are trying to learn something at 30, 31, 25, or whatever age that we weren't even exposed to within our homes and especially within our schools. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that for us as a people, especially since this is Black History. I celebrate Black History all year round.
There you go.
But Jasmine brought it up because y'all see I have not said anything about Black History this whole month. Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I was like, no, we do this 365, 24/7. You already know how I go. But talk about how we do this within our homes, because I think that translates to how we will be successful in the future.
Yeah, I think that's a great question, because you're right. A lot of people, we're just now, obviously, generations behind in comparison. And it's funny, actually, I just was reading, I think it was the Economic Institute put it out, and it was saying the median wealth for white families is $171,000, and the median wealth for Black families are $17,000.
Say that again. I need that number again.
17,000
versus
171,000.
What is that percentage wise?
10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going, Jasmine. I'm listening.
So I think it's so important that as we're embracing learning and seeking that knowledge out, and I know there's a lot of information out there, and so it's hard to really filter through and know what to look for. So we'll definitely talk about that, but it has to happen from the moment that you're giving your kids money in general. You have to have that conversation. They asking for $20 to go to the store because it's not $1 or $5 or
Back
whatever.
in the day, when I was in corner on Broad Street, we could go into the corner store and get something for 25 cents.
You know, that's something called inflation.
I know, but I'm just remembering, our airheads, from the ice cream truck, and those 5 cents and all that stuff, and it's like now you can't get anything for less than $1.
When kids ask for money to go somewhere, they're not asking for a quarter. They're asking for a 20.
I'm telling you, I used to get a good icy for 25 cents. I would get another drink for another 25. I would have a hoagie for who knows, but I was eating good back in the day.
Yeah, and it's even different nowadays because how many parents are actually giving their kids cash, right? So that's a whole different concept that kids
got cash out these days.
Yeah, but even that concept of putting money in your hand when you were younger and then knowing, oh, it's whittling down.
Yeah.
Their concept, like a lot of kids, they don't have that concept of that money whittling down because it's all electronic.
So you just mentioned something that is very important, because back then, and even still for me, I don't like to carry cash because I feel like, okay, if I have it, I'm going to spend it. Whereas everything's so electronic now, I don't even think about it. So I'm just spending, and then it's like, oh shoot, I don't have that much money in there because I've just been swiping.
You just been living your best life. Well, swipe.
Look, don't let this business life fool you. We be swiping as crazy as regular people too, because there's so many different business expenses.
Yeah.
And you forget you have all these surcharges and all these things come out your account on a regular basis. Wow.
Cash flow. That cash flow is everything for
business. It's a riot to me. But talk about, okay, what should the education for within the home be for kids then?
Just the concept of how long did you have to work, right? So what energy went into earning this income that kids are so great at spending?
Yeah.
Right? So that concept alone, like even making them do house chores to earn some money, and then when they go and buy those shoes or they want to buy something, just know, hey, do you remember reminding them how many hours did you work? What did you have to do around the house to even, are you really going to go spend it on this one item?
Yeah.
It makes them think twice.
Okay.
And so that concept of this is earned money. Like they literally do think money grows on trees. Like, Mom, just give me more money. Or Dad, no, just cash at me, like you said. Can't you get that Uber? We don't have food at home, order Uber Eats.
Yeah.
They literally have no concept unless you're truly ingraining that from a young age and letting them know this, Mom and Dad had to work for this, but let me give you an example and give you things around the house to do to work, so that when you go spend this money and now you're going to use some of your money, you know, or going half with them on certain things, you know.
So I guess the question really is, whose fault is that they have that concept, or that we also have gotten to that? Is that somebody's fault? I won't place
just a fault. I think some of it is just transitioning with time.
Okay.
You know, where times are, because things really are on your phone. Okay, I want to order food. I want to drive somewhere. Like parents are like, okay, I'll get you an Uber to go to your friend's house. Like they are not thinking about gas money. Like they're not thinking about any of those things. So I think some of it just has to do with changing times. But I do think we have to be very intentional about educating them on that. And I'm very passionate about that. I'll go to high schools, middle schools, and just trying to, we'll play a game of life, kind of. It's like Monopoly, and I'll tell them people are going to pay you for your experience in life.
Okay.
Right? What you know. And I will give them money that they earn from however advanced knowledge they have. And I let them choose, right? Because life is nothing but a game of choices, right? I can choose to what kind of car I want to drive. Yeah. What kind of house do I want to rent? Do I want to buy a single family house, or I want this luxurious home? And as I was letting them choose, once they got down the line and about time to spend money on clothes, I'm like, do you want to thrift shop? Do you want to, have some Nike, or you want the Gucci's and Louis Vuittons? Yeah. That's all they see on Instagram, and they're like, oh, we need the Louis. But I'm like, what? But
from where?
Well, where? Yeah, you don't have no money left. So that was definitely
something to.
Oh yeah.
So okay, as a parent, right? I'm not a parent, but what should the plan be if I do have children, as far as setting them up financially?
Setting them up. There's a couple different options. It depends on flexibility. How old do you want your kids to be when they receive those funds? Because just with compound interest, $1 today, 30 years from now, if it's invested properly, that money's more valuable today. So if you can set them up from the very beginning, it's a head start in life. You talk about setting your kids up where at a point in time where they can have money for their down payment on a home, or they don't have to leave school with $50,000 or $100,000 worth of student loans. It's a game changer.
So there are options for families to look into.
Correct.
With a financial advisor to set them up properly for where their
so there's options for college. There's there's several different types of plans, but one of the more popular plans is something known as a 529 savings plan. Okay. And we do have Florida Prepaid, which is nice.
What's that?
So Florida Prepaid is, every state has their own program. Okay. And so what you're doing essentially with Florida Prepaid is you're locking in today's dollars of what the cost of college is going to be. Okay. And then parents are making a monthly payment for that cost. So it's a bill. Okay. Some people like the 529 because it's not a bill. It's flexible. Okay. You'll work with a financial advisor, say, well, how much do I need to save on a monthly basis? Yeah. But if life happens, it's not a bill. Yeah. Right? And the nice part about it that I love about the 529 is that anybody can gift to it. So
gift to
it. So I give to it for my for my godsons. Okay. My godson, my goddaughter. Grandparents, like you said, anybody can gift to it. Because Florida Prepaid, if your child doesn't actually go to school in state, yes, you can get your money back, But if your child's 1 and you've been saving for 17 years, you got your money back interest free. Like you didn't, you earned nothing on that money.
Okay.
So that's the thing about a 529 plan. The money's growing, it's compounding. If one child doesn't use it, you can put in another child's name. You can give it to other family members.
If anything
it's
should
flexible.
happen, you have something. I need to talk to Sam about that. Sam and Pat. I actually do have a godchild, Nova, and that's something that could be used. And does it have to be used towards education, or could it be used for a business or something?
It has to. So look, 529 is only for college, right? They have to at least be a part-time student. But it includes trade schools. It's very flexible.
Okay,
but
so trade
and
schools
it's not
good.
just tuition.
Okay.
So it's off-campus housing.
Okay.
It includes the computers, all the other ancillaries that come with college.
That's not bad.
They can use it, right?
Trade school especially, right? Because I've really been I'll say now I'm an advocate for it. Growing up, we were just pushed towards college to have a regular bachelor's and everything else. But we lost within our community all the trades. Because now we all have all these degrees, but none of us are useful with a tool or anything else.
I'm with you on that. I feel some kind of way. I mean,
I feel all the type of way. Like, damn, I could have been doing a lot of different things.
Now, I will say, I went with the school I went to. I had a scholarship, so I was blessed to have a scholarship.
Too.
You know,
I did.
But I see it all the time. Like I said, people coming out with 50, 100. Like it's normal to come out with 50, 75,000. Yeah,
right now,
you know, and so it's a norm. And so we're going, how are we going to tackle this and then progress and move forward?
Yeah.
Right. While even if I have kids, how much should I save for kids? I want to set them up, but I also want to make sure it's not at a detriment to myself. Because the last thing you want to do is pour, and this is a hard concept for some folks, because you want to give your kids what you didn't have.
Yeah.
But you can't do it at the detriment to yourself, because everything you're pouring to them, if you're not there's no loans for retirement. Let's just put that out there, right? There's student loans. You can go there. Your kids can choose to go to the military. There's so many different opportunities out there. Your retirement, that's you.
So let's talk about that.
Unless your employer has a pension plan, which those are becoming obsolete, that means it's up to you to put it out, for you to save. And so when you're not doing that and you're only one track minded on just putting towards your kids, you're pretty much saying you're going to have to you're going to be financially responsible for me when I get older. And I'm putting that pressure on you to figure out what to do down the line.
And so you're putting a lot of things in perspective. I think for us as a community, right? Because if you don't have that retirement as an individual, right, and anything should happen, what happens if something happens to your kids and there's nobody really to take care of you? What happens?
Oh, you touching on something I like to call estate planning.
Okay. Look, let's talk about it, because these are different options. These are options that me and you have spoken about. I've spoken about my guest last week with Miss Gail. She's my accountant. So, you know, I've talked about that because I want to make sure all my stuff, from the house to whatever, cars and all my other businesses, all my stuff needs to be somewhere so that, number one, my kids are good, but I'm really good too.
Yeah, so that
I need to be good.
You need to be good. First and foremost, put your own air mask on first.
That's what
I'm always with that concept. But no, you hit on the head. That's what I call estate planning. You know, a financial advisor's job is not to just manage your investments. It's actually one very small piece of the pie. So it's to help you organize your assets, you know, as you go from one job to the next. People start to slowly have things all over the place. So their job is to organize, grow, and protect your money. And so going back to those business owners, you're growing, you're doing well, you've been in business for 7 years, you know, you've built this. So it's time to protect it. Right? Especially in Florida, we're all like one lawsuit away from losing half of what we have. So legally, you need to make sure you're protecting and putting those protections in place. So estate planning can include things like having your power of attorney, you know, for yourself. If you become incapacitated, you know, somebody can still pay your bills on your behalf. A healthcare power of attorney, you are incapacitated and somebody needs to make a decision on do we move forward with the surgery or not. Guardianship, that's for your kids. That means if something happens to me, I already designated somebody who's going to be financially responsible for my kids, who's going to take care of them on the day-to-day, and those can be two separate people. That's okay.
See, now in Jersey, when it comes to guardianship, you actually physically have to go to court for this.
Guardianship, you go to court for it when you don't have actually legally drafted documents in place.
Okay, because my thing is, up north, we have a lot of parents who, you know, pass, and they've been taking care of their child, or who has a developmental disability,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, you know, now the parent passes, and then it's the siblings. Now the siblings have to now go to court and go through this whole process, and nobody wants to go through it because it's an arduous process.
Very.
Okay?
And in the state of Florida, when you're going to a guardianship,
Yeah.
or even let alone probate, which can take anywhere from 3 months to a year and a half.
Yeah.
But guardianship, you're right. If you don't take the time to prepare in advance,
Yeah.
it's going to be more costlier. You're putting your
It
family
is.
through a lot more down the line. And so guardianship, you're leaving up to the court to decide who's going to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not
who's
really.
Who's going to choose money? Where is it going to?
Yeah.
Who's going to be able to make those decisions? They have to keep going back to the courts to get approval for things like that.
Yeah, because for us, it's like they literally, if they did not put them on the guardianship paper in the very beginning, they're not going to be a guardian. Like, you could be taking care of them, everything's great, it's all, you know, everything's great,
Yeah.
but if anything should happen and the person ends up in a hospital and they're incapacitated, and, well, that's my sister, that's my brother, I take care of them, you don't have a single piece of paper that says that you're a guardian. I have power of attorney, but you're not the guardian, you're
Yeah.
power of attorney for financial, possibly that might just
And
be it.
power of attorney, as soon as you pass, those die with you. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to have the things like living trust, or living will, and decide whether you need a will or a trust. A trust is going to give you more control after you're gone.
Yeah.
And so that's why you mentioned, kids with special needs. That's why parents have to set up special needs trusts.
Yeah.
So there's several different types of trusts out there.
Protect it, because with special needs trust, some things can happen with their SSI and everything else could be affected.
Yeah.
It's a whole
If
situation.
they inherited money, are they
Yes.
going to now no longer be able to
Yes.
receive benefits?
Yes.
There's layers to that.
All right, so somebody said business ownership isn't for everyone. It takes long hours of studying and capital building up for not only start it but keep it going. It would help if we had resources bequeathed to us from the previous generation, parents, church. You are speaking a word.
Yes.
Bequeath that to me. Now no, that's my homie. I love him.
Absolutely.
He also said another thing. What $1 could get you 30 years ago, I'm guessing, it cannot get you today. Inflation is a real thing, and the children must understand this concept. The reason the children don't know these topics is because their parents don't know.
That's
which
it.
adds to the tragedy. True. He's a mathematician here. This is my genius person, okay? Mrs. Butler used the right word, compound interest. Einstein once said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Ciao. Word. Investments and interest use that concept to make more money.
Absolutely.
Right. So, investments, and we're getting a lot of hearts here. My brother's on here too. What's going on? Is this my personal page? This might be my personal page. When I realize it's supposed to be my Afroganics page. Y'all don't mind me. I'm not well. My brain is still a little fried from this flu that took me out like crazy.
But you made it.
I did make it, but I think it's my personal page. I was wondering it's my brother. I was like, my brother's not on this bit. All right. Anyway, investments, right? That's something that you work on too. Now, with investments, Ms. Gail was talking last week. I'm trying to remember the word that she used. Basically, we need to get investments that make us money continuously, not just make us money at an end time, but we might be getting checks.
Ongoing capacity.
And what is that word? I'm sorry.
Do you mean like interest? Do you mean passive income, or what do you mean? Okay.
Yeah. So talk about interest, or just talk about investments in general.
Yeah.
My brain in here.
So investments, I think it all goes back to education. That's really what it is, because there's no reason anybody can get me for not investing in the market. Not a single reason. Because there's so many different types of tools out there, whether it's bonds or stocks or mutual funds or ETFs. If you don't know what those are, you're probably already investing in your 401k. I would hope you are investing at least in your 401k.
Yeah.
Because that is free money. And I've heard a lot of younger people go, oh, that just takes too long.
Yeah.
But real money's not made overnight. Wealth is not built overnight.
That's because we have a microwave world right now. So everybody, including myself, I want what I want when I want it, and it means right now. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody tells me, oh, over 30 years, or by the time I'm 50, I'm not 50 right now, I'm 31. So you can hold at 50, but that's how we think. And again, it's just because of the way of what we are doing in this world. But just talk about that, because I don't even know if I got a 401k. I think I do. Y'all, I don't know.
We'll talk.
She's gonna handle all that. But we've been working on other things because you might not have certain things, but you have other things going that are keeping you not just afloat but wealthy.
Yeah.
Right. You might be having the investments. The word is dividends. I did write it down.
Okay.
Thank God I actually had the sense.
I was like, interest, dividends.
Yeah. There's so much, but it's just like, you might be in real estate, which is a way of making money and making a lot of money if you know how to do it right, or invest.
That last part.
If you know how to do it right.
Yeah.
And
which means focusing, and I'm going to throw this out there because I have several clients that have real estate properties and that are successful.
Yeah.
But I also have clients who have lost money in real estate. And so it's all about your net return at the end of the day, right? So that includes if I had a vacancy for 3 months and I had to cover the cost of that, that's money out my pocket. That ain't into my return. If I have to pay a property manager, right? So there's nothing wrong with real estate, but it's just making sure you're actually measuring your net return. And a lot of people don't sit there and do that on paper.
Because they think, and again, I'll say it's common knowledge or common thought that, hey, I got a property, I rent it out, and I make money, but there's other things that go with it than just making money.
Yeah.
Because
if it's just covering the mortgage, yes, it's still, you're hoping it's going to appreciate it over time. And most quality properties will, but we've all been to a location where, 10 years ago, you're like, what happened to this place? That could be you buying a property in that place.
Okay.
So, you still have to know what you're doing and making sure you're putting in the right resources and you know what your net returns are. What net return are you trying to get when you walk away from this property?
Okay. So, how does someone go about finding a financial advisor or wanting to get a financial advisor? Like, my thing was just like, look, I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I need somebody to help me just make sure I am making money, keeping some money. We're about to take our first break, so if y'all want to call in, I am doing a giveaway today. I want you guys to guess what my favorite number is, and you will win something within this, okay? What is Balaji's favorite number? We'll be right back on In Touch and Goddess Talk. I need some water, child.
Yes.
I'm struggling. All right, y'all.
All right, you sounding a little nasy.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know. It's all right, but I do hear it.
I've been doing
I
all the work
don't know. My
today.
voice is raspy as it is, so I'm
saying, yo, I already got a deep voice for a girl, so I'm like, is
I don't
it
know
more?
what it did, but I'm like, sounds like me.
Look, I was worse this morning. I could say I started feeling better I had a couple calls, and then it was like, all right, I'm using my voice, but before that, I sounded a hot mess on the phone. Child. All right. I don't know who is watching. Who's watching this live? Go ahead. I'm about to end this one, and I'm about to start it on my Afro-Organics page because I didn't realize that this is my personal page. Y'all bear with me because I just be switching between so many different accounts. So go to my Afro-Organics page. Not y'all on Facebook. This is Instagram, okay? Y'all mind your business over there. Go over to my Afro-Organics page. I'm going to start the live over there.
So let me ask
my
you.
brain is all the way fried.
What
right
about
now.
a reverse mortgage? Would you consider that a loan for a retired person?
So reverse mortgages can be like it depends, right? So you have to do your research because reverse mortgages, they can be a great tool for people who are kind of on their last leg, right? And so like, let's say you don't really have investment because you're not meeting your income needs. If you're in the reverse mortgage, they'll say if your home is close to paid off, right? And you usually got to be in your 60s. There are costs to it. There might be origination, registration fees, so to evaluate that side of it. But yeah, if you're not concerned about really leaving that property behind for the kids, or you're just like, hey, if there's some equity left, good for them. If not, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah, that's accurate income stream.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about paying it back during your lifetime.
Hey y'all. Okay, now this looks better. I was like, what was going on? Hey y'all, this is Balaji for Afro-Organics and Goddess Talk. Am I back on my... Y'all bear with me. The flu had me all the way jacked up. My brain is just coming out a cloud, okay? But I am medicated. I'm not contagious, okay? There we go.
I think we sanitized.
I sanitized the hell out of this place when we first came. Well, my hands anyway. All right. We got Jasmine Butler, financial advisor here on Goddess Talk. We want to talk about financial strategies and just different things that we should know as a people to make money, keep money, and, have it for the generations afterwards, right? So one thing that you mentioned before, we were talking about business owners and everything. But what about the average person who wants to have something afterwards. You know, after working how many years to 65, I think is the age, right?
Depends on how old you are, but
Yeah.
it's somewhere between 66 and 67 is the traditional age.
So let's talk about regular people, because this is the thing. I know a lot of people trying to push business. Not everybody needs to be in business. Like, literally, your side hustle is one thing, but to full-fledged business, even side hustles, some of y'all need to stop the side hustles, okay?
I'm so happy you're saying this right now, though.
I
because
think y'all
we're like
know
in a phase of like
I drop a lot of
people.
different. I don't
like job shaming people. It's like a
and
thing
that
going on right
annoys the
now.
hell out of me, because the thing is, not everybody is meant to work at a job, because they just aren't meant to be employees. Period.
Yeah.
And I don't fault. Let me not say this. I don't fault employers for firing some employees just because they're just terrible employees.
Yeah.
Okay. And those people will be the ones who are on the employment line, literally trying to find jobs, but they don't understand it's them, not the jobs. Okay. But then there are some people that should not be business owners, because you don't understand what it is to run a business.
Yeah.
Not every business owner is a great business owner, but they still make money.
Correct.
Okay. Just like not everybody who is a terrible person is going to be, without money. Like, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, things happen.
Yeah.
But not everybody needs to be a business owner.
No. And I would like to see less of the job shaming,
because
I know, like you said, there's every business owner that you see is not successful,
at
probably
all.
what you would deem successful. I know plenty of people who are W-2 employees who make more than a lot of business owners.
And guess what? Even me, for my taxes, I got to be considered W-2, because that's just my not saying my tax bracket, but that's just how we are doing my taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You're an employee of your own business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I see so many people talk crap about, oh yeah, the 9 to 5. Yo, keep your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 sometimes pays more than people who are struggling to keep a business afloat.
Mm-hmm. And have put every last dollar into it. Not to mention sometimes when they have a 9 to 5, they can leave and truly be done.
Yes.
As a business owner, you're just working more hours on your own time.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
For me, like, I do multiple things, but people don't understand. Guess what? It's not just me I'm taking care of. I got a whole family. I got other things that come from my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And not just saying that I got a family, but technically all my employees and their families, I take care of them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's not just, you're a business owner, you're an employee. Look, the stress that goes with that. Like, I don't eat sometimes because I gotta make sure y'all eat.
Yeah.
And so people don't see that side. They just think, oh, you're a business owner. Like, yo, check yourself, because I will wreck you too. Like, look, I got smart mouth sometimes.
You are good for that.
like a mug, But let's talk about, the regular person. What does the regular person need to be fiscally and financially stable in this economy?
First, knowing your budget. It doesn't matter how much money you make. I would say it again, does not matter how much money you make. You need to know what's coming in and what's going out, and you need to establish a habit of paying yourself first. People will have all these automated apps coming out their bank account. Everything's coming out of their bank account except for the payment to yourself. And so yourself and your future self. So meaning things like emergency savings. I think there's nothing sexy about emergency savings. So, people don't really want to talk about that, but that really is the baseline. You want to have at least somewhere from 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash. Why? Because life happens.
Life happens.
Your AC goes out. You need a new tires on your car. If you don't have it in cash, what are you doing? You put it on a credit card. How much that credit card interest rate is? 20, 27%. All right. And so I always tell people, all you're doing with the cash in the bank, outside of emergency savings, with your cash in the bank earning 0.1%, a high interest 1%, and all the bank is doing is taking your money and then saying, okay, I'm going to go issue out a 5% mortgage. I'm going to go charge this person 27% for this credit card. So that same concept is just, I want you to become the bank, right? So trying to switch that mindset to, how can I make my money work for me and have truly passive income? Because everybody always talks about the several streams of income.
Yeah, 777.
7 streams of income. Okay, well, dividend income.
Yeah.
Right? Interest income, compounded interest, your capital gains. That all comes from a portfolio, right? A diversified portfolio with stocks and bonds and mutual funds. you already knocked out about 4 of those streams.
Shouldn't this have been stuff that we learned in school? I'm just saying. Like, honestly, you're talking, and even when I was talking to my accountant last night, she was talking, I was like, look, I ain't got the brain power for this stuff. This is why I hired y'all, right? But the thing is, if we had learned it, just like I could talk about, somebody posted something, the Pythagorean, what's it, the Pythagorean
Pythagorean
theorem. It's like, I remember that thing, but dang, what about stocks and bonds? You know what I'm saying? We did not talk about that. You know, I remember, square root equals this.
Yeah.
I remember,
But you didn't learn how to balance a checkbook, right? Like the basic life things, or file your own taxes, right?
So now, for our generation, I feel like what you're saying, our advice really would be for people to learn these things and then pass it on to our next generation.
Absolutely.
They must know
we have to acknowledge the fact, no, we didn't learn it. Should we have? Yes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But do people benefit from ignorance?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Generations have benefited from our ignorance.
Absolutely. So, but whose fault do you place that on right now, right? In the world of all this information, at some point in time, we have to take some ownership and say, I'm in charge of the things that I put into my mind.
Yeah.
Because we're all busy, mm-hmm. We don't have time. But you got time to scroll on Instagram for about 3 hours probably in a day.
True.
Or what shows are you watching at night. You have to be mindful of what we're putting out. So you have time to do that. You have time to invest an hour to go to a workshop. Mm. Matter of fact, I have a workshop this Saturday, a free one. Mm. So when people tell me, oh, I wish I knew, I'm like, this is your time. I'm going to do it one time this year, but this is your time. But I'm not the only one. There's other resources out there. Yeah. Are you willing to spend the time? Spend
the time on not just going to workshops, but finding books and reading about it.
Yeah.
You can self-taught. Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of people who are trying to teach themselves and then put themselves out as experts, but like
that's a very common thing right now. Like a financial expert, right? And that really anybody can call themselves that.
Anything,
right? There's no licenses that are involved with calling yourself a financial expert. Right? I could just wake up tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I'm a financial expert." Like, no, I
will never say that. Y'all already know.
But that's why I say, when you do your research, you'll find financial advisors have certain licenses, and so some great questions to ask if you're looking for a financial advisor. Are they a fiduciary? That means, are they legally responsible for acting in my best interest? Right? So that's a big deal. And how they're compensated is a big deal. I share with each of my clients to the penny what they pay. You're paying for a service. Mm-hmm. As long as you know what you're paying, that's all that really matters. But a lot of hidden things. So if people don't know what they're paying, or I even say, for that financial representative, think about it. If they're compensated to sell so many of this product that month, is everybody they call, was it a good fit for them? Right? So how that person is compensated does matter. And then I would say, is that person holistic? So like I said, investments are a small piece of the pie. Are they working with your CPA? Are they making sure you're covered on the legal side and introducing you to attorneys? Certain types of attorneys. It's above and beyond that, because the investments is just one piece.
And you said, I've only been doing this for 4 years, but that's a wealth of experience for as little time as you try to say that you did it for. Like, I feel like our generation, I know people try to, oh, you've only been doing it for this long, you're not that. Back up. I know what I'm talking about,
No, I'm always a student of my craft. I don't never stop. So I have designations through the College for Financial Planning. I'm going right. I don't even think I told you this. I started my certified financial planner designation last month. So that's the highest designation in our industry. So that just means there's certain tests that you have to pass. And it becomes an elite group of certified financial planners. To say that you are thoroughly proficient when it comes to the insurance aspect. How do you have adequate coverage? What does that look like? The estate planning, taxes, funding for college, Social Security, Medicare, the investments, and asset allocation, all those things combined to truly call yourself holistic.
All right, so Jasmine, if they need to reach you, how can they reach you?
You can follow me. that sounded really...
Okay, I'll get the information. If you need her, you get to me, and I'll get you her information.
Yes, you can follow me on my Facebook page.
Jasmine Butler. Just
JasmineB.fa on Facebook, but that's an easy way, because you can message me or find my... office line, whichever, and get connected to us.
So before we go on break, I did ask one question. I'm doing a giveaway on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if y'all been checking my videos, but I have been putting together different things, almost like a subscription box. I'm still finalizing some details because I'm rebranding all my brands or companies under myself now. And so I've been doing this Afro bag. Basically what I'm doing is getting different businesses who may do something within the same field and asking them for like different samples so that we can provide that to people. Because I see a lot of subscription boxes, they just have a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's like, I don't need this, I don't need that. I really just needed one thing out of that whole box. But what I want to do is make it very specific to if it's hair products, if it's water, you know, if it's whatever, asking for samples for people to be able to get access to it. So right now, I am working with two companies. All right, it's Doll Babies Essentials. Shout out to Doll Babies Essentials and Sacred Crowns. All right,
oh yes,
they're both based.
These are hair products.
They're both based in Florida. Beautiful women. And I actually tried Sacred Crowns aloe mist today. And Doll Baby, I have been using your face cleanser. I'm very sensitive, so right now, it's good. So I can really tell people like, yo, I'm good with it. So right now, in order to win a bag, I have several bags in here, okay? I need y'all to guess my favorite number. Whoever guesses my favorite number, all right, put it in the comments or call in 813-444-9588, right? You're going to get a bag and I will send it to you. But if you can guess as close to my favorite number, I'll still give you a bag. But I want you to guess my favorite number. All right, Jasmine, you want to try to get in on this?
You know, I was wondering if I was a part of this.
You can get into it. Come on.
So I can just throw out my little
number?
7.
No.
Oh.
But keep going. Jasmine thinks it's like really a spiritual number because she knows me because I'm so extra. She's
not
like
a random number.
No, because I'm always dropping numbers and I'm always saying 7. But 7 is not my favorite number. I was born technically on the 7th day, which is not Sunday. Which is not Sunday. If you know what the real 7th day is, it's not Sunday. Faith, no, but I ain't gonna say you're not close. Who else? I want to see who got it. Who's gonna get it? Mr. Darryl, you want one? No. You were too high. Way too high. Way
11.
too high. 11? Too high. So.
Is it between 1 and 10?
Faith the Ray said 3, no. I want to see who else is gonna do this. Come on, Faith. You got it. Come on. Come on. Jasmine, want another guess?
4.
Faith, what's the number? Going once, going twice. Drop the number.
Faith, do you not want these sacred crowns? Like,
it is 4. My favorite number is 4. I was born in April. I am the 4th month of the year. So Jasmine gonna win the bag. And we're gonna do another one when we come back from break. All right, we got like 15 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
So I got a couple more. So I had 4 in here. Look how cute these bags are.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back on Goddess Talk after the break. All right, Jasmine.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Cause I got my crown tonight.
She got your crown. So you can keep that. I'm gonna open one up so y'all can see what's in it. Faith, too low. It was number 4. All right, but
there.
I should have used that other question. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do another numbers because we're doing numbers today because you're the number person. What would you like the audience who's still on here to know right now about financial planning? What do you tell people during your seminars and your speaking engagements?
I tell people it's about a couple things. It's about knowing exactly where you stand. You know, a lot of us are running quick in the wrong direction sometimes. You know, we're just trying to move fast. So, you know, there's a lot of value in knowing exactly where you are, what you should be doing. Because a financial advisor knows the ins and outs of different retirement plan options, different ways to help you get to your goals. And I shouldn't even just say retirement. It's about whatever you're trying to achieve.
Wish I had planned better for my retirement.
And you know what, I if I had $1 for every time I heard that, you know, and so it's trying to put that into the younger generation.
And don't get me wrong, I have a really good retirement.
Yeah.
But I also have a lifestyle that's way up here.
Yeah.
And so
my lifestyle is totally different than what my money is.
Yeah. But that's a good point.
I didn't plan. I planned, but I didn't plan well.
Yeah. And that just boils down to.
And as I was getting closer to retirement, I started to learn all these different things. It was too late.
Mm-hmm. And the more time you have, the more flexibility you have. You know, I have people who come to me 20 years before retirement. People come to me 2 days before retirement.
Right.
And that 2 days before retirement, it's more like it's a shock to the system sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, hey, you're good. It's just some strategy.
All right. We are back on Goddess Talk. Yep. All right. So my next question is, what is my birthday? I told you I'm born in April. All right. So my second favorite number is actually my birth date. All right.
Your
so
brother's not still on.
no, because guess what? That was my personal page he was on. And if he had dropped it, I told him to go sit down somewhere, okay? But what is Balaji's birth date? I'm born in April. And what you're going to win in the Afro bag, all right, is Sacred Crown's Rose Aloe Mist, which I actually used today. I got my locks, all right? And in here, it does mention that it's moisturizing mist for refreshes, curls, and locks. So all of our kinks are beautiful tresses, my black people. Faith, I do not like you right now. It's one of my best friends.
I see some rose petals.
Yeah, so this tea, I drank some. Beautiful, love it. And Doll Baby's facial cleanser. This usually comes in like a brick. Okay, this is a sample size.
You
and
ain't got
so,
no for the men.
huh? It is for the men. No, the guys can do all this. The guys can use all this. Oh no, all my stuff is usually unisex.
Okay.
Because my thing is, I really dislike how people try to always pit us against each other.
And are you saying men don't drink tea?
You don't drink tea? What you got against tea? You know what I'm saying? What you got against cleansing your face? You know what I'm saying? So this has turmeric in it and everything. So I'm gonna give somebody else a chance, Faith. But you know, you already kind of won. But what's my birth date? Faith just kind of answered. I don't want nobody else to see it right now. What's my birth date?
April 13th.
The lie.
I saw it.
What is it?
I could have lied, but I saw it.
It's April 16th.
Yeah.
So Faith, send me your address. You're going to catch one. Originally, you know how people were supposed to win this? They were supposed to follow me on both Afroganics and Goddess Talk and follow Sacred Crowns and Doll Baby's accounts. And then they were supposed to share it on their pages and their stories, and they would have won the bag. So I had 2 or 3 people actually follow through on that. So now I'm giving everybody else samples. Right? Yeah. These are all bags that I've been using at different events. And, you know, as we get bigger, because my thing is people actually have been reaching out to get into my bags now. And I just got to come up with the pricing and everything for them. So it's a lot going on my side. So that's why.
Not to mention, those were Tampa-based businesses.
Those were Tampa. So. Well, Doll Baby is in Tallahassee, I think, or Jacksonville, but they're in Florida in general. So I've been getting a lot of love from down here, but I've been getting a lot of love from everywhere. But I want to also shout out to the shirt that I got on. I'm gonna stand up a little bit, you know. Authentically Me. This is by Creative Concepts. Shout out to RJ. But I've been showing this on my IG and Facebook. You like that shirt?
I know. Actually, I was going to tell you when I first saw
it. Look, I'm going to get a V-neck this week. But, yeah, Doll Baby and Sacred Crowns Faith. So just check for my video. You'll see a video where I had this on there. And then it's the giveaway, okay? But, yeah, shout out to RJ with the Authentically Me shirts. These are dope. And he has a lot of different stuff coming out. So, yeah, if y'all have products and stuff that y'all want to... I don't take things for free, by the way. Balaji doesn't do that. It's always an exchange because I do believe in always supporting somebody. So I might at least buy one thing from you, but I do try to support one. So I don't take free stuff. Anybody who knows me, I don't take free stuff. So if you want, you know, to get something to me, let me see it. If I like it and I want it, I'll use it. And even like with the bottled waters that I have, you know.
Yeah, you stay with the
I stay with some blue water.
You do.
You know, and so our exchange has been me purchasing and, you know, supporting any way that I can. And we go from there, and then, you know, y'all might get my fees after the fact. But, you know, it's reasonable. But I support. So, Jasmine, what do people need to know about financial advising?
A financial advisor is there to help guide you through life decisions. There's not a lot of major life decisions that you're going to make that do not impact your finances. Right? And so that financial advisor is there to look out for you, make sure that you put yourself first. Like you mentioned, some people are taking care of several people and have a lot of obligations. And so a financial advisor is there to help you balance all of that. You know, how much should I be putting away for myself and making my money work for me? You know, you want to buy that rental property, how much should you be saving and putting away for that? You know, saving for college. I want to have a baby. And I have a client where we're literally like, okay, well, your job only lets you get 2 weeks, and then they're not even paid maternity leave. Do you really only want to be at home with your kids for 2 weeks? It's like, no, I would like to do at least 3 months. Well, that's 3 months of no paycheck.
Yeah.
So we need to start saving now.
Wow.
Right? So there's just different concepts that a financial advisor is going to help you think about.
Life decisions.
And help you weigh, what's the order of operations you should go in. So our role is to make sure that you're accomplishing what you want.
Okay.
Right? And have a written plan. Because there's a lot of value in having a written plan. Otherwise, you just talking about it and throwing a lot of things out there. Right?
Yeah.
I want to be a millionaire. I want to be...
It takes
whatever
a lot of work
it is,
to do that.
it's like, well, let's be more specific.
Yeah.
Let's find some deadlines. What are we doing to get there? And having a written plan.
All right. So I have 2 bags left. Okay. So the first person who calls 813-444-9588 will get a bag. All right. 813-444-9588. First person who calls that will get a bag. But in the meantime, O'Neill from the Black Math Academy said Black people work for what they want and beg for what they need. We've been convinced that this is how we should operate. We know what it takes to buy the newest Jordans and Michael Kors bag, but we don't know what it takes to afford a mortgage and what a living wage is. O'Neill dropping some bombs tonight.
Yeah.
All right, he says saving $20 a week for a year will make you $1,040. $50 a week for a year, $2,600. $100 for a week, a year will make you $5,200. Simple math, which everyone has learned can get you a decent nest egg for various purposes: bail money, bail money, vacation money, emergency car payment, medical emergency down payment, or an investment. O'Neill dropping stuff, man.
Yeah.
O'Neill been on the show before. He called in. Nobody wants the other bag? 813-444-9588. I got 2 bags left. All right, and we got like a couple more minutes. So you got like 5 minutes to make that call. If you already won, you could win another one. But 813-444-9588.
I better grab these bags so I get a second
because I made a couple extras. Like I said, I've been running around this past weekend, and I just happened to just have a couple extras left. With financial advising, there are some bad financial advisors out there.
Yeah.
Like, I see everybody, just like you said, you wake up, I'm a financial advisor. You could say I'm an expert in something. Give us, again, those tips that you gave earlier.
Yeah.
Stating.
So one place to check, first and foremost, is something called broker check. Every licensed financial advisor is on broker check. That means if they were ever had any reports on their record, everything is on there. And so if they're not on broker check, first and foremost, see what licenses they have, what other additional knowledge do they have, and that's a good starting point. That's a good starting point. So if they're not on broker check, I wouldn't even look twice there. Broker check. You can check somebody's entire record on broker check. Okay. Yeah.
That's real.
It is very real.
No, but that's something that I was even aware of. Like, I'm like, all right, not saying I'm going to go check you now, but I'm saying,
you
like,
can. Mine's clean.
No, you're clean. No. I already knew that. I didn't have a question about that, just from who referred me to you and everything.
Yeah. But you made a good point. Just like every realtor's not created equal, every business, everybody in whatever industry is not created equal. So what are they doing to separate themselves? What are they doing to stay ahead of the curve? And are they really vested in you? And you can feel that. I think that alone is just kind of like the intangibles, is that feeling like, this person genuinely looking out for me?
Yeah.
Are they explaining things to me? Are they transparent about how they're getting paid? What my goals are? And they're showing me my plan.
Because my thing is, I didn't care for the financial world, because I just, I'm always so iffy about people and money, right? But I see you making different moves than a lot of people, just the event that you did a couple weeks, well, it's been a month or so.
Yeah.
With that, and just other things that I've seen you do. I'm like, okay, she out there really trying to really educate
Make
people.
a difference. Yeah, because, and as businesses grow, right, who you work with changes over time, but one thing that won't change is the resources I'm always going to provide and the information I'll put out there.
Because the person still, even if you don't get a client during that, you'll at least have taught somebody something.
Yeah.
And then you'll be a point of reference. If they do sometime in the future need you, they can always call you.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it's happened all the time. You know, it's like you may not think about it right now, but whether there's going to be some sort of life change, it's going to bring you to think, well, I need to start getting things in order. Sometimes just a light bulb going on in your head, like I want to do better. Yeah. You just got to be in a place where you want to do better and know where you stand.
Yo. All right, so we are coming to the end of the show. But before we end, I want to make sure I shout out again this t-shirt that I got on, Authentically Me. As y'all know, Balaji is very authentic. But this is a dope shirt from Creative Concepts. You could check my IG and Facebook. I've been promoting their stuff. And then, of course, I got these Afro bags that I have now Jasmine has one, Faith has one. I think I may have like 5 more. Hey Sam from college. What's up, y'all? Alright, yo, Sam, pick up the phone real quick and dial 813-444-9588. If you call, you'll get one of these bags. I'm doing a giveaway, so you can use it yourself as a guy. You can. Or you can give it to a female friend, family member, or whatever. 813-444-9588. Or if you just drop in there, I want a bag, I'm going to send you a bag. That's how I am right now, because I got a couple left. I'm just trying to get rid of them now. But it has Sacred Crowns and Doll Babies Essentials, 2 products from them in here. All right, Jasmine, you have been a pleasure, as always.
It's been a joy to be here.
We're going to have to get you back on here when I'm, number one, level-headed.
And
have
you're not sickly.
Yo, child, that thing had me laid out. I ain't never had a fever that serious in my life.
Well,
yo.
I'm glad you made it.
Yo, I made it. I am well. I am medicated. I am hydrated. It's all good. I want a bag, Sam. You got a bag. All right. Somebody's calling. Keep us on air. Who's calling? Yo, we're gonna stay on air just because somebody finally made the call. Who's the call? Hey, this is Balaji. Got us talk. Who's this? What's up? How you doing? What's up? Went to college. I was mean as hell to this dude back in college. I was not nice. I'm not a nice person. I be telling people, I was like, yo, I'm
a nice person.
I am. But it take a while because I don't like everybody around me.
It's a rough exterior, but once they
as hell.
in.
I guess. But nah, he been doing his own thing. Shout out your business. What you been doing? Shout out your business real quick, Sam. Okay. Alright. I heard him pound his chest. You hit that shit hard. I'm sorry. You know I cuss him. Alright, so Sam, drop me your information in IG. I will send you a bag. And you know what? Because you called and you put on there, I'm going to send you 2 bags. Alright? So there we go. What's up? We out here. Yeah, we are. Alright, so this is Balaji. This is Goddess Talk. We will see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Peace.
Out.
Alright. Ciao. Alright, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Woo. Authentically Me. Shout out to RJ. Creative Concepts. We're going to have a V-neck because, you know, the girls need some V-necks because, you know, my chest got to breathe. Look, the neck, all of it. But we will see you next week, Thursday. Shout out to everybody who tuned in and who won a bag. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Hey. Bye, Jasmine.
See ya.
Look, you got to say bye to the Facebook people, too.
Bye, Facebook.
On Facebook. Y'all didn't win nothing on Facebook today. I didn't see not a single comment.
Black Math Academy, though, was
But you know what? You know what? I'm going to send you one. I'm going to send you probably 2, O'Neal, because you dropped these bombs and all this stuff today. So, O'Neal, go ahead and drop your info to me. I will send you 2 bags. So, O'Neal won 2 bags. Sam won 2 bags. Jasmine got a bag. And Faith got a bag. And I think I got like 2 bags left now, y'all. I might just keep it for myself. Or, you know what? I'll do this. Because Mr. Darryl was over here looking and eyeing these bags and talking all that junk. You know, you need that turmeric. Thank you. I'm going to give you 1 for you and 1 for Tammy. All right? I am all out of bags. I have done my job.
You've done a good job. Thank you so much.
I have done my job. All right. I will see y'all next Thursday. Y'all be healthy out there. This flu thing is not a joke. Drink your teas, y'all. Fellas especially. Yeah, fellas especially, Mr. Darryl.
Yes.
Drink your
Drink your
tea.
tea.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week.